Good afternoon, guys. At first, this title is a little bit deceiving, but as you read, you see what he means. As he says here, the Republicans, frankly, are putting themselves in a very bad position. I tell this to Tom Price all the time. He says, by repealing Obamacare, because people aren't going to see the truly devastating effects of Obamacare. They're not going to see the devastation. In 2017, 2018, and 19, it'll be gone. By then, it'll be, whether we do it or not, it'll be imploded off the map. In other words, people are not going to get to see how really bad that Obamacare was going to be. And so when people in the very beginning said, oh, it's a train wreck waiting to happen, like Al Franken, obviously someone who had read it, they knew what was going to happen down the road. All the Democrats, they were hoping and praying that they weren't in the seat of power down the road, because they knew it was going to have to be repealed and it would be a mess. Now, let's go over some other stuff here at Breitbart, and we'll hit on that again here in a minute. Tennessee filing friendly lawsuit against feds over refugee settlement program. It says here, the Thomas More Law Center filed a federal lawsuit on behalf of the Tennessee General Assembly and the state of Tennessee in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Tennessee on Monday, challenging the federal refugee resettlement program for violating the state's sovereignty under the 10th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. And considering who's in power, they may well win. And they did. They went against everybody. Here in Colorado, California, everywhere. Trump meeting with victims of Obamacare at the White House. He's sitting down, he's listening to him, and he says, look, he said it's going to take several years to get this all done. He says, but when it's finished, it will be a thing of beauty, and you're going to see your premiums going down and your number of plans going up. It's not going to happen all at once. And there's just no way for it to happen at once. And when you really dig into it, you understand. But the process has begun. Conway says Trump has leaned into replacement. He's negotiating. He's looking at it all. Believe me, he knows what he's doing. He's got a plan. Virgil, the Beltway assures us the deep state doesn't exist. They're telling us all this. Oh, no, that doesn't happen. No, that doesn't happen. No. Today, I got an email from one of the viewers. And, I did a video about this morning about Catherine Austin Fitz. And he says he's been following her for a couple of years. And she's really good. I mean, she's awesome. And I'm going to dig into her more. And he said what she wondered was, because she handles billions and billions of dollars, and she was wondering, where was all the missing money going? Well, she found out it was going into, apparently, a secret space program. And he said what she had stated is that we have anti-gravity spaceships, we have things up on Mars, we have all kinds of stuff. And so, if you've never followed any of that other stuff, the UFOs or any of the rest, then it's like way, But what she said, though, in fact, who was it? One of the guys just mentioned, there's like $5 or $6 trillion missing, other stuff. And apparently, the CIA and the space program and other stuff, they soak up all this money, she said. And, there's he was saying, she mentioned about the cartel, the drug cartel between the Clintons, the Bushes, the CIA, and it makes like $1 trillion a year. It's huge, and so this is what Trump is going up against. This is what they're so deathly afraid that he's going to find out, and he probably already knows about it, you know. But yet, how do you come out and tell the American public about a secret space program when they didn't think that we even had a space program anymore? Anyway, moving on. Turkey threatens to open migrant land passage to Europe. You know something? If I'm Europe, if they try to do that, then I declare war on Turkey. You know, if that's how he's going to play, then I just declare war on Turkey. I don't let that happen. I just say no. You know, we stand there with the troops and we go, no, it ain't happening. You know, you can't just allow him to slough off onto you all the people he doesn't want. You can't do that. Sweden, they can't find a contractor willing to build a police station in a migrant suburb. They say it's too dangerous. See, Breitbart has become hardcore news. Zero Hedge is hardcore news. AOL is just fluff. IRS, coughing up more documents on conservative shakedown scandal. You know, there is so much that this government does that we've never known about. We've always known that they hide stuff from us, but we just never knew how much. ISA, not prepared to vote for RhinoCare. I think we can do better. No shit, Sherlock. I would hope so. Schwarzenegger, he says no, he won't be back. He terminates all the Senate rumors. I think he found out nobody wanted him. ACLU launching nationwide training on protest resistance against Trump. You know, I'm sorry. I thought ACLU was into defending people and not doing this sort of thing. I guess what I'm trying to get at, folks, as time goes on here, there is such a network, a large network of the establishment, and they're all working together. People who you never thought would work together, they're working together today to fight the Tea Party and Donald Trump and his group. They're trying to fight us finding out what all the shit that they've been doing. You know, my buddy just called me. He was on the road. And he said, Martin, I'm watching the news each night. And he says, everything's just like, it's just crazy. And I explained to him what Catherine Austin Fitts had said. And I said, look, Trump is having to deal with a bunch of snakes and rats, a bunch of pedophiles, a bunch of corrupt people, and a government, a deep state, that they've been into Lord knows what, and they don't want it even found out. These are people who know they're going to go. I said, they can't, he said, well, they're just going to retire. And I said, well, they can't. I said, they're afraid to. I said, so they retire. But that doesn't mean that Trump is going to forget about him or that Sessions is going to forget about him. They're scared to death of what's going to happen. Anyway, moving on. Yahoo CEO Mayer, she's going to receive $23 million severance package. This is what I'm talking about. It's stuff like this that makes capitalism look bad. This isn't capitalism. This is just out and out greed. There is no need for this shit. None. Capitalism is great. But when you get so greedy, it destroys anytime you get greedy, it destroys anything. Period. French mayor faces fine for calling 91% Muslim classrooms a problem. Woo! Lord forbid, we don't want the truth out there. Hell no. We're going to keep the truth in. We're going to fine your ass $500 million. By damn, going to shut up. We're not going to let the truth go. And then suspected pipe bomb thrown from car in Sweden. Third explosion in 4 days. Duh, do you think they got a problem? I think so. And then carjacker murders motorist because he couldn't steal a car because it was a stick shift. Yeah. How far down have we come? We've come pretty damn far down, folks. We got a long ways to climb up. A long ways. But you know something? You got to start somewhere. And I'm not about to give in. I'm not throwing the sponge in. That's what the super wealthy want. That's what the New World Order wants, is for us to throw the sponge and say, oh, hell, it's not worth it. Let them have their way. Well, guess what? We're screwed. If we give in to them, we are for sure screwed. The only way we got two ways. We can either fight or we can give in. Our only hope is to fight. And so fight on, we will. God bless y'all. And you know, it's going to be fascinating to find out all the secret shit that's been going on that we never knew about. Or that we had an idea about, but we never really knew. We could never really prove. Hang in there. Yeah.